The Detroit Lions signed Kingsley Iguakin, center, to an undrafted free agent deal. And what's interesting about this is they gave him the most amount of money. And that's what I kind of like looking at when it comes to undrafted free agents. And no surprise, center, kicker, wide receiver. Those are the three areas that we needed. And it doesn't say James Turner's deal money wise, but Isaiah Williams, wide receiver, and Kingsley Iguakin both get $225,000 base salary, and that's all guaranteed. So why that's interesting is because we want to see, right, who do we really prioritize and who are the good players that are kind of still left out there. And so Kingsley Iguakin is who we're going to highlight in this video. If you're new, we are all about the Detroit Lions on this channel. So if you're a Detroit Lions fan, this is your first time tuning in, make sure you subscribe. And if you've watched us for a little bit, love if you would subscribe. We're really close to 20,000 subs, and it's pretty cool. So appreciate all that. Okay, let's dive into this guy. And you're thinking, okay, my question with undrafted free agent is why weren't they drafted? Right? That's it's a fair question. So in Brad Holmes fashion that I love, people like, oh, he's another injured guy. That's a little bit of a competitive, it's a very big competitive advantage. He was not drafted because he was injured last year. And so you look at 2021, started all 13 games at center. 2022 started all 13 games at center. And then 2023, he made 4 starts and then missed much of the season with an injury. And that is why he wasn't drafted. But he was a 4-time all SEC academic, earned his bachelor's degree. He's got his honor society, right? All good stuff there. But what's interesting is you wonder, well, why wasn't he drafted? Well, the guy has all the measurables, 6'3", 300 pounds, played in the SEC, went against really good competition. I love that. I mean, you could see him. I mean, he's a big dude, looks the part. But I really love any undrafted free agent from a big school that is in big atmospheres, big crowds, big games, going against the best competition. That really makes me feel good. He's got the size. He's got the on-field, not statistics. They don't have statistics. They do, but like he's got all the starts, and then he fits need. So he checks 4 boxes for me. And he was a redshirt junior. He could have stayed, but he decides to come out, and I love that because it's like, let's go, you know, like let's go. So he had an ankle injury in 2023. That was the what caused him to miss the time. So again, ankle, you never know what fully, we're not doctors and all we hear is ankle, but it's something that you could very well see him being fine from, right? Give him time to come back and really have an opportunity to fill a need that we really have. The Lions have a offensive line, especially in the interior offensive line. We've highlighted a couple of free agents that we've gotten. We look at the 6th-round pick that we got, but they're aging for sure in the interior offensive line. We also know Ragnow is incredible, but he literally doesn't have like a couple toes. I mean, just crazy stuff. And he's out there. And so to be able to know that we would have a backup center that could come in and provide not a huge drop off would just be so huge. And I think that's what the Lions, and that's why this is a perfect undrafted free agent in Kingsley Iguakin, because he's got the experience at Florida and he could be something. So we've really brought in competition at Florida at center. You got Duke Clemens, UCLA. You got Kingsley, and then there's one more undrafted free agent, Brian Hudson out of Louisville. So you can see what the Lions did, and I think the strategy is perfect. Look, they didn't have an opportunity to get a center in the draft when we all felt that was a really big need. But what they did was, we're going to go get best player available. Then after the draft, we can address center and guard, which they did, and wide receiver. And don't forget, we've got Antoine Green and Donovan Peoples-Jones at receiver as well. So like, nobody panic. Let's just execute the draft with best player available. And the more that time goes, the more that we're like, okay, Brad Holmes, I am just here for it. I want you to know that I trust you, because I think this is a perfect move, because center and interior offensive line is an area where you can trust an undrafted free agent. More than, I mean, quarterback, right? Undrafted free agent. No, get out of here. Defensive back. No. Tight end. No. But interior offensive line, you got a guy that's been starting, basically a 3-year starter at Florida, but was injured. That's it. Great job, Brad Holmes. Love it. So this guy fits exactly what the Lions are looking for in terms of experience, size, and keep an eye on Kingsley. This to me was an awesome pickup, and I love everything about it. He's got Pouncey written all over him just because he went to the same school, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if they're anything alike at all. Who knows? But let me know your thoughts in the comments on this one. And again, if you haven't subscribed, would love if you would do that. And we'll see all of you on the next one.